you will have a distinguished tech expert in the house who is going to take us on the 1 hour ride. Our handler tonight, Mr. Akinola Moshobalaje, is a tech consultant to universities in Nigeria. He's a conference speaker that is well traveled, that has the requisite experience and knowledge in the area of integration of emerging technology in education. He is a regular face in TED Talk. He has represented the Nigeria Artificial Intelligence in Education team in various areas of presentation, both at conferences at the local and international level. And I have no doubt tonight that Mr. Akinola is going to do justice. But at the same time, the webinar tonight is an opportunity to cross-fertilize ideas and share experiences on the opportunities and challenges that we are having in the integration of emerging technology in education. So it is my pleasure tonight to welcome Mr. Akinola to this call. Good evening, Mr. Akinola. Hello, Mr. Akinola.
Yeah, I can hear you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. The floor is over to you.
All right, a very good evening to everyone. Sure, we're going to have a smooth sail tonight and we'll enjoy ourselves. This session will be for like the next 50 minutes or thereabout, and we'll probably, if we have time after which, we would be able to respond to questions. I want to share my screen. Today we are talking about emerging technologies. Specifically, we'll be picking on artificial intelligence in education, threats or opportunity. So this is more like a presentation. Yeah, so we might have probably a few hands-on sessions. Basically, it has to do with presentation. Who is Khadija Musa Mohammed? Please, you may need to mute yourself if you are in a noisy environment. So I'll be waiting for the opportunity to share my screen. Can I just quickly confirm if I can be heard clearly at your hand, please?
Clear from my end here.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you're an educational administrator in a school setting, like primary, secondary school, could you please say hi? You are here, you are an educational administrator, either a proprietor, an head of school, a principal, yeah. Then, yeah, for primary school also, please feel free, just unmute and say hi if you have anyone here. All right. So if you are probably an head of department, if a dean of a faculty or a college, you can please also unmute yourself and say hi, please. I want to confirm the... All right, thank you. I can hear one hi. Do we have any other person here? I want to be sure we have decision makers on this call. Yeah, that's the concern. School owners, principal. Yeah, all right. So if you are in the secondary or primary school, either a school owner or a teacher, you can please unmute and say hi also.
Hi.
All right. So thank you so much. Thank you. So we'll take that further from here. And I want to present my screen. So we are talking about emerging technologies. Basically, like I mentioned, we'll be talking about artificial intelligence in education. I want to look at the perspective. Is it a threat or an opportunity to educators? Yeah, alike. We are going to be seeing different case studies today, and we'll be looking at what emerging technologies really mean. So emerging technologies basically is talking about new and innovative tools that are actually transforming how students learn and how teachers deliver education. You understand? And it's been said that emerging technologies are technologies that have been in existence for either the past 10 years or are in continuous use, or would still be in use in also the future, like in the next 10 years. So, and we have the myriads of emerging technologies that are actually disrupting the educational space. And there's a need for us to really work around this. I think let me quickly try to reload my interface because I can't see the. Please confirm if you can see my screen at your hand.
Not yet.
All right.
We can see it now.
Okay, we can see it clearly now.
Okay, we are seeing.
All right, thank you so much. So, like I mentioned, we are talking about emerging technologies, and we are looking at its effect on education. And I said earlier that emerging technologies are technologies, new innovative technologies and tools that are transforming how students learn and how teachers deliver education. We have different technology that actually are enhancing the engagement and making personalized learning experiences possible for so many educational administrators. When we talk about emerging technologies in education, we are talking about a myriad of emerging technology solutions. Number one, I'll be talking about tonight is artificial intelligence, and that's the main thing we will be discussing basically here tonight. Then after artificial intelligence, the next thing has to do with augmented reality and virtual reality. You know, this emerging immersive and emerging technology provides interactive learning environments. Students can explore virtual worlds. Take, for instance, geography could be brought to life for students, and they can have access, you know, to real-time hands-on experience. Even doing geography, they can view different planets and touch it, have the look and feel of it. You are teaching biology, you can bring biology to life, you know, for your students with this virtual reality system. And you talk about you teaching the blood cells and the artery, the cells and other related stuff that has to do with biology. I know we have biology experts on this call who are actually keen on that. You are performing chemical experiments, which are basically dangerous, you know, when such are performed. But with virtual and augmented reality, you can actually bring life to it and make everything engaging and intriguing for your students. Beyond that, we talk about Internet of Things. I know many persons might be thinking, what is Internet of Things doing in education? IoT has made it possible to actually manage students. You know, China adopted a system about 5 years ago. And what did they do? It's all about wearable gadgets that they put on their students, which enables them to concentrate accurately in class. That gadget can actually analyze if a student is concentrating on what he or she needs to do or not. It can analyze if the student is distracted, if the face of the student is taken off the board, and what the teacher is teaching per time. So that actually helps. It's a connected device that is being synced into the teacher's evaluation, and the teacher can see in real time what is happening. We also have smart boards. We have classroom sensors that can actually collect student data and make teaching and learning engaging. Then there could also be real-time feedback, enabling smarter, data-driven decisions, by educational experts. The next thing we're talking about now has to do with big data and learning analytics. This is big. And when you talk about artificial intelligence is also powered by this system, the likes of big data analytics. And you see data collected from students can be used. Please take note of what I'm saying here. It can be used to provide solution to the challenges students are having with respect to the educational journey. There are case studies I'm going to bring up to you tonight, and you will listen to the interaction the students are actually going to give about the various AI systems that have been integrated into their teaching learning processes, making it easier for them to learn faster and to also enable them give feedback, in real time about their learning and improve better at what they do. So all of these are brought to play by the power of emerging technologies. The last thing I would like to talk about is the metaverse. This is a big deal in education. And you discover Facebook actually changed their name in just about a few years ago to Meta, because they actually want to become a big game player in the metaverse. And metaverse is actually revolutionizing education, changing education from what it used to be into engaging and intriguing learning experience. I don't know, is my screen still visible to everyone?
No, sir.
It's not.
It is.
It's visible.
I've seen the screen.
No,
The screen is very visible here.
It's
It's
not.
visible.
Yes, sir. It is.
You have to
It's
scroll up.
visible now.
Okay,
You have to
just come
scroll
on.
up.
It's visible now.
Visible
It's
now.
visible. It's visible.
yes, we can see.
All right,
Visible
thank you.
now.
All right, thank you. Because I need that to be visible for us to take our discussions further. So we're going to be picking on case studies now, and I want to share this with you. I want everyone to really enjoy
It's not
themselves.
visible anymore.
So don't worry, it's going to be visible. I want to make sure my audio is also presented. Who is this person? Someone is sharing. Musumola Lamidi, could you please stop what you are sharing? You are the one distracting others, please. Because if your screen is being shared, it's going to appear divide the screen. Thank you. All right. So we have this. Can you see the visible screen now?
No?
Not yet.
No.
Can you check it
Yes.
now?
Yes.
No.
All right. So please, everyone, be careful with what you do. If you present,
Yes.
definitely you will pause my presentation, and others won't be able to see it. All right. So let's take this further. I'm taking you straight up to the case studies we have. And when we talk about case studies, we're talking about the current realities of AI adoption in her world at this particular time. So let's watch this video.
Teacherless classroom.
Can you hear the audio at your hand?
GCSE students will spend the year being taught
Yes.
intelligence
Yes.
instead of
Yes.
What we're to do is to use AI in key subjects at GCSE, the three sciences, maths, and English and computer science, possibly geography.
The platforms learn what each student excels in and what they need more help with, and then it adapts their lessons for the term. Strong top.
Did you hear that part? The platform learns what each children excels at and adapts their learning to that particular pattern. Did someone hear that, please?
Yes. Yes.
Can you hear me? I want to confirm you can hear the audio of the video that was played.
Not very
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
All right. So
It's not very good.
Yes.
all right. So everyone, please mute yourself now. Just mute yourself. Let's finish watching this video. then we interact again. So mute yourself so that others too can hear clearly. Thank you. All right, so we take this further. Listen clearly to the and closely to the video that has been played.
Topics are moved to the end of term so they can be revised, while weak topics will be tackled more immediately. And each student's lesson plan is bespoke to them. GCSE students have been testing out the new tech.
Each student's lesson plan is unique to them, bespoke to them, customized to them. And you can see I mentioned virtual reality and augmented reality the other time. You can see the virtual reality gadget being worn by this student over here. That's an example of a VR. So it brings abstract concepts to life. It helps the students to learn concepts that are abstract, literally, that you teach on your whiteboard, that you teach on your chalkboard. This gadget here brings it to life. Now let's continue listening to the video, but please ensure you pick the lessons as we go. We are going to still discuss that. Thank you.
Don't know exactly precisely what I'm unable.
I need you to hear this part. I need you to hear this part. Please listen.
Topics will be tackled more immediately, and each student's lesson plan is bespoke to them. GCSE students have been testing out
closely to this.
Teachers don't know exactly precisely what I'm able to do, where the AI can just figure out just by a few questions.
Yeah, sorry, I want someone to please respond. Did you hear what the student said when it started out? I just want two persons to tell me what the student said. Hello, am I audible at your hand? One person? Yeah, so do we have anyone that want to tell me what the student said? Let me check.
Well, he said that the AI will respond to the question that he asked, something of that nature.
Oh, okay, you tried. There was an exact thing the student said. Should I play it again if it's not clear?
Play it again.
Please do.
Play it again.
All right, let me
Play
take
it again.
a bit. All right, that's okay. So please listen closely now. I want you to get what the student said.
These students have been testing out the new tech.
Teachers don't know exactly precisely what I'm unable to do, where the AI can just figure out just by a few questions.
So can somebody tell me, did you hear what he said now?
He said what
the AI knows exactly what he wants to do.
you need to do.
That
How about teachers?
the
He
AI
said
knows
something
exactly
about
what he wants
teachers.
to do.
He said
Yes,
something about teachers.
Teachers
Yeah,
don't know what.
Thank you. Go on,
what,
madam. Go on.
He said that teachers don't really know what he can do because of AI. So he uses AI, but teachers don't know what they can, what he has been doing as a student using AI.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So he said teachers don't really know what he can and he can't do. But with AI, the AI can actually help him and adapt his learning pathway. Let's listen closely to this again.
Where the AI can just figure out just by a few questions.
Okay.
What I'm weak in and what are my strong points.
Can you hear that? So AI can figure out what is weak in, what is points. Thank you very much. Thank you. In fact, if we stop this training here, somebody has gained something. For me, I'm okay. Now, at this particular time, I want to ask you a question. You know, there's something I do talk about teachers. We're still going to take this further. We have some teachers who are not empathetic. We have some teachers who, if students ask them questions, lecturers, let me speak to lecturers because there's a difference between teachers and lecturers. If students ask them questions, they are ready to blast the students. They are not ready to guide the students through what they are meant to go through. I know you may want to give me a point that I'm a lecturer, I'm not a teacher. All right. But I want to tell you, you stand at the edge of losing what you are doing. Let's continue and listen closely. Then you are going to hear what the administrator of this school, this is a school in the UK, you understand, adopting IGCSE, you understand? adopting AI for their GCSE training. Look at this. Let's continue.
Just figure out just by a few questions what I'm weak in and what are my strong points, and it helps me develop into a much smarter student.
All right.
Although there won't be teachers in the classroom, there will be 3 learning coaches to help with behaviour and softer subjects that AI might struggle with.
They're not being taught subjects by the learning coaches, but we are covering soft skills like public speaking, debate, and the really important personal aspects of a person that you really want to bring out and develop, and turning young people into young people.
I want to forward
Some people
this.
disagree and say
So sorry,
There
just
are
because of time, I see
many
it's
excellent teachers out
7:22.
there. We have many.
Look at
people
this.
disagree. Relationship they have with their pupils. This school seems to disagree.
There are many excellent teachers out there, and we have many here at the college, but we're all fallible. If you really want to know exactly why a child is not learning, I think the AI systems can pinpoint that more effectively.
Hello, did somebody hear what this man said, the principal of the school?
Yes.
Yes,
He
we
said
have.
Yes.
the AI system can point to us why students are not learning.
Okay. All right. So
You can
can you, I believe
pinpoint. You can pinpoint.
okay, can pinpoint. Thank you for using the exact word.
Yes,
Thank you.
pinpoint.
Can somebody see the lacuna now between teachers and AI? I don't know. Is somebody learning now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aha. So you can see this guy
Yes, it is obvious.
telling us that teachers are fallible, but the AI can pinpoint and help students learn better at what they do. These are students in their various classes. You can see them in front of their computer systems, and you can't see any teacher here. Let's delve deeper. Let's go into another case study and see what we need to do. Our time is really, really important, and I want us to finish on time. Go straight.
Artificial intelligence is being increasingly used these days, and that includes in schools. In fact, 44% of American teenagers say that they're likely to use AI tools when completing assignments. That's according.
How many percentage?
44.
40%.
44%. Thank you. Let's go.
Recent Education Week
Thank
survey.
you.
And that's
Thank
just
you.
one of the reasons why the largest school district in New Jersey is bringing the technology into the classroom.
All right. So these guys adopted Camingo.
Chromebooks, open it to Conmigo.
So you see a
And
teacher.
This is the problem that we are solving.
Students and educators at First Avenue Elementary School in Newark, New Jersey have partnered with the education nonprofit Khan Academy to pilot Conmigo, a new educational tool. Utilizing artificial intelligence, Conmigo acts as a tool.
All right. So you can see students enjoying themselves here. Just because of time, we still have a long way to go. I'm going to forward this. Let me bring this closer to this place, where we see what AI is actually doing with the student. Look at this now. And you can see when we subtract, this is actually helping them with critical reasoning, not really helping them to solve the question directly, but it's really bringing them up to think about what they need to do and how they need to do it. All right, let's see this.
Students that are avid in mathematics, they're not afraid to get a challenge. They're taking ownership of their education.
And school districts like Newark Public Schools are taking ownership of the future of artificial intelligence in the classroom.
I imagine someone shouting, screaming at the top of his or her voice, "This is not Nigeria. This is not Africa. We can't get here now." It's going to take a whole lot before we get to this stage. But I tell you, if you don't brace up as an educator, you might be displaced in the future of jobs. Not even months. You will be displaced. Yeah. So it's please, if you are in a noisy environment, mute yourself. It's a hard reality. You understand? Now make our para, please mute yourself. Yeah. So you can see this now. And
this is a new technology. It's here to stay. And if we just try to get, the kids are going to get ahead of us. They're super excited to know that this is something that they can teach their teachers as well as learn from.
All right. So that is that about that other one. Let's move straight up to the next thing. The next one I want to show you now has to do with what Harvard University
Into the
adopted.
classroom.
Yeah. So let's look at Harvard University. Just last year, fall, last year, and when we talk about fall, it has to do with either September, October entry, and they adopted AI. That's generative AI now. Likes of the ChatGPT, Google Bard, Microsoft's Copilot, and all. They adopted that. Please, if you're in a noise, I wonder why people find it difficult to listen to simple instructions. I don't know. If you're in a noisy place, mute yourself. Who is Lydia Duque? Please.
Sorry, sir. Mr. Akiola, please, can you hear me?
I can hear you, please.
Yes, I don't know. We are muting them and they keep on muting themselves. Please, we might actually have to evict some people from the call.
Please,
for example,
you are free to remove anyone.
Yeah, and the person is unmuting.
Please remove the person completely. It's not an issue. Please. I don't have issues with you unmuting yourself on the call, but if you know your place is noisy, mute yourself. It's just simple instruction. All right, so we talk about Harvard University here now. So last year they adopted AI. I talked about generative artificial intelligence to teach their CS50 course. Mrs. Sylvia Duque, you will be removed from this call now.
I'm so sorry, sir. It's the phone.
So can you move to a much more quiet place then, ma'am? If you know your phone is on mute.
Okay, sir.
Because the noise is too much. All right, so Harvard University adopted an AI system, a Gen AI system to teach their CS50 course. You understand now? And that course, if you believe with me, I don't even need to ask if you believe with me, has been taught by a lecturer before, a human being, true or false? You are free to unmute and respond.
True.
All right.
That would definitely be true.
Yes. All right. All right. So here now we have them adopting this Gen AI system to teach CS50 course for students. And most students are actually enjoying it because they can really interact in real time with such AI system and get feedbacks. You understand? And the AI system will not complain. In fact, if you tell the AI system, the response you gave me, I'm not satisfied with it, the guy will say, I'm sorry, and reframe it for you. But if you tell a teacher, the response you gave me, I'm not satisfied, especially in Nigeria and this part of the world, they say you are insulting them. And that becomes a big issue for that student. In fact, I doubt that student will graduate. So these are the things we need to talk about to ourselves and really explain critically to everyone on this call today. So we've seen these case studies and we need to ask ourselves a question. Here is a question. Impact on teachers' job. Is artificial intelligence a threat to teachers or lecturers' job? I want to make this open. If you want to talk, just indicate in the with your hand raised. I'll give you the opportunity. I just need 3 persons. Is artificial intelligence a threat to teachers' job? Teachers or lecturers' job?
No, I think it.
No. You not. No. You raise your hand, then you will be called. So, all right. So I have. Sorry, please permit me. I don't know your titles. Either Professor, Doctor, or Mr. Joel Edafe. So please, okay, because I have 3 persons here. So go on, Professor Dr. Joel Edafe.
All right. Thank you very much. First, I appreciate you for giving us this insights. My name is Dr. Joel Edafe from Adeyemi Federal University of Education, Ondo. The answer could be yes or no, depending on the perspective from which we respond to it. Yes, if the human concern does not breathe up, does not improve himself or herself in the emerging technology. These things that are happening today with AI did not start today. There were the machineries that those days we know of typewriter. Nobody uses typewriter to type things any longer. It is technology that send those things away. There were vehicles that were on the road, but with improvement of vehicles that kept coming out, those that improve themselves accordingly.
20
Those that
seconds
improve
more.
themselves accordingly. Okay,
All right.
those that improve themselves accordingly with the improvement in technology, they still have jobs. But those that did not, they lost their jobs. So it is yes if if the individual does not brace up with the emerging technology, the person will lose a job. But if the person brace up with the emerging technology, the person will still keep the job.
All right.
Even though there are improvements in technology here and there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So is it Dr. Maji Jamilu or Professor Maji Jamilu? Please go on. Let's hear you too. You know, you actually have rights to your opinion, and we also have facts that we need to look at. So please, your hand is raised, Maji Jamilu. You can unmute and talk.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to us to learn from what you are doing. I really appreciate it. The answer to the question to me, no, no, and no. The AI will never be a threat to a lecturer because of this. The interaction that normally take place between a lecturer and a student in a class is very active and cordial in such a way that AI can never do that. At times, a student will ask a question that the lecturer, while explaining or responding to the student will feel like to add some follow-up questions to the main question. And AI can do that, but the way a lecturer can handle such kind of follow-up questions to respond to the student with demonstration, with activeness in the lecture, AI can never do that. So to me as a lecturer, AI is not a threat to me, rather a support. A support that can facilitate my work and to interact very well in my absence with the students.
All right.
So I am in support of the first speaker that said that it can be a threat and it cannot be. But to me, I'm categorically saying it that it's not a threat. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You know, one thing I would like to quickly clear here is this. Please don't say never. Don't use that word never. I'm just explaining something to you. See, I pray God preserves our
Okay,
lives.
thank you. It is noted. It is noted. Thank you.
Exactly. We are going to the age of artificial general intelligence, AGIs. And we're also going to the point of singularity, except if the rapture takes place and probably something happened to the world and everything dies. But if it continues this way, technological advancement will grow. And I love the fact that you said AI cannot respond the way a lecturer will respond. If you permit me also, sir, I will say you should speak for yourself, because some of us, we've seen terrible lecturers. So I know what I'm saying, and I know why I'm saying what I'm saying. So that's just it. I'm not here to tell you that yes or no for now, but we are going to explore, see if AI would actually be a threat to teachers' job. To take this further, let me share something with you. I will share my screen, and we are going to ask an AI system if he or she will be a, I know definitely they use she for such. So let me present this. Look at this. I'm going to present a new tab. What should I do? What should I do? Okay, let me present this window for you. This window. All right, so I'm going to do something now. Copilot. Can you still see my screen? All right,
Yes.
so I want to present this window to you. Let me present this to you. Now, my screen is still visible. All right, so let's do this. Copilot. Can you see my screen clearly, please? I appreciate every one of you and your feedback. All right, cool.
Yes, we can see it.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No. I can't see it.
Yes, I can see.
Yes,
I can see it.
All right. Can you see
Yes, I
what
can
I'm,
see.
can you see what I'm prompting now? Is AI a threat to teachers' job? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, so let's go. Let's look at the
Okay.
rest.
You're asking question.
Yeah, look at this.
Sorry, I can't see your screen, sir.
My screen is
visible.
Yeah. You read out the AI threat to us. You can't see clearly.
Look at this. Look at this. Can you see the question?
I can
said
see the screen, but
AI
Please, I'm not
the
seeing the screen,
response,
sir.
you can increase the font.
It's not a problem. I will read it for you. Just calm down. Will AI replace teachers?
Okay, thank you.
He said AI is unlikely to completely replace teachers. Did you hear that? AI is unlikely to completely replace teachers. Now, that's the response. Look at what I'm going to tell this guy. When someone says it's unlikely to completely replace teachers, that is a political statement.
Yes.
Now, let me say your response is political.
Instead,
let's look at that. Look at this now. Can you see the response? I understand that the topic of AI in education can be quite complex and sometimes controversial. My aim is to provide a balanced perspective based on current trends. You know, someone that wants to collect your job so that you will not get angry at him or her will not want to tell you directly that I will collect your job. All right. So now, look at this now. To address your concern more directly, AI is designed to assist and enhance the educational process, not to replace the unique and irreplaceable role that teachers play. I want to say this to you on this call tonight. Please listen to me. AI will not replace all teachers, but it will definitely replace some. And those that it will replace are those that are not ready to learn, relearn, and unlearn. There are those that they are still young, but they are old. I see people in their 50s, 40s, who are complaining, well, let's leave them, Jare. There's nothing we want to do with all those things. Whereas I was with a woman, that was last week or the week before. This woman should be in her 60s. But she's still running after tech to learn more about it. She didn't grow with tech, but she's ready for it. And she's ready to learn to any length. Whereas we have some young teachers, some might even be in their 60s, but they are not ready to change. They are not ready to embrace change and emerging technologies. You know, you could be 80 and still be young, and you can be 20 and be old. You have to make a decision. Let's delve deeper into this concept as we continue. I'm going to share another screen with you so that we take this discussion further. I believe you are getting value for your time.
Yes.
Yes. Very well.
All right. So the next thing we want to look at.
Yes, thank you.
Assessment in the age of AI. Can you see my screen? Assessment in the age of AI. Look at this.
Yes, I see.
Let's look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. See assessment.
It's not closing.
Can somebody see what is happening there? Someone is being assessed.
Yes.
Multiple choice questions. The student copies the question, got an AI extension, and is pasting the question directly there. And you can see the responses. Look at it here. AI answer B. And directly the student is putting
True for us.
Can you see it? Can you see this? This has to do with assessment in the age of AI. So, but what should teachers do? What should teachers do? Assessment in the age of AI. I want to talk about something clearly here after now. When we look at this kind of assessment that we have in this age of AI, there is the need for schools to shift from conventional, traditional mode of assessment to adopting the 6C skills. I want to talk about the 6C skills. If you want to access a student and you access them based on the 6C skills, definitely the ability for them to cheat will be reduced. If you're accessing students on practical concepts, the application of what they've learned, how they can apply it into real-time life experiences. You know, we have a challenge in Nigeria. If you have a student that studied mechanical engineering in a 4 walls of a tertiary institution, and you have another that went to a roadside mechanic that can't speak English to learn how to repair a vehicle, I don't need to ask you, of the truth, the one that went to the roadside mechanic will be able to do justice to your car and tell you what the challenge is. You know, before the advent of sensors that you can use to scan, scanners that you can use to scan your vehicle to know what is actually wrong. We have some roadside mechanics that if they just listen to your vehicle alone, they will tell you, Oga, this and this are what is wrong with your vehicle. And they will be able to fix it for you. But the 4 walls of a tertiary institution, I'm glad I have lecturers here. And I'm going to take this further. When I talk about the 6C skills, I'm talking about the communication, collaboration, critical thinking, creativity, citizenship, character, and compassion. Those are the skills I'm talking about. Oh, man. Who is Miriam Habdu? Okay. I don't know if Faith is still on the call. Please, if you are still on the call, feel free to remove anyone that didn't stay by the rule. Please feel free. Remove.
That's okay. That's noted. No problem.
All right. All right. So yeah. So there are certain skills and there are certain ways students can be accessed, which has to do with the practical application of what they've learned in their various classes. That is very, very important and very critical. I'm going to be touching briefly on the skills needed as an educator or researcher in the age of AI. What are the skills you need as an educator in the age of AI? Number one, I will talk about the prompt engineering basics. Now, when I talk about these skills, I'm talking about the hard skills and soft skills. When I talk about hard skills, I'm talking about you learning some hard skills. Hard skills has to do with probably you getting on your computer to learn that skill on how to do it. Now, when I talk about prompt engineering basics, I'm talking about the use of the likes of the RTRO framework, the Role Task Requirement Output Framework. I did a video on that, which you can watch. It teaches you on how to prompt appropriately using the role, task, and the requirements output framework. The other framework you can use in prompt engineering has to do with the 7S framework: setting the scene, specifying the details, selecting keywords, simplifying language, structuring with bullets. Then the other aspect has to do with setting priorities and then sharing feedbacks. Now, it's necessary for you to share feedback to these AI systems. Look at what happened just now. After I prompted that, will AI take the job of the teacher? You discover what I did. I told the guy, I said, your response is political. That's a feedback. Now, when your AI gives you a response that you are okay with, you need to share your feedback by saying, thank you for the response you gave me. This answers my question. Now, if you learn prompt engineering very well, the basics of prompt engineering, very simple one, you can get near perfect responses to the questions you are looking for. Either you are using the free model of the LLM systems, that's a large language model systems, the Gen AI, the likes of ChatGPT, Google Bard, and Microsoft Copilot, or any other related one. So if you prompt appropriately, you can get near perfect responses to your question. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your emotional intelligence. I can't flog this enough. As a teacher, you need to be empathetic. Show empathy as a lecturer. I love what that lecturer said, that the way he will respond to students will be much more better than the way an AI system will respond. But I had to quickly clarify it and make it clear to him that probably he's speaking for himself. Because if we are to sample student opinion, I've been in a place where students have been told to assess their lecturers. I've seen that both here in Nigeria and also in the United States. And you will see the feedback these students will give about their lecturers. Some of them you will tremble. To be honest with you, maybe you've had students that are praising you in your front, but behind you, they are saying that lecturer is she's too wicked, he's too wicked. Students can't ask questions in the class. If you will be relevant in the age of emerging technologies, you need to be a lecturer or a teacher that shows emotional intelligence. There's a video that went viral at the time about a particular lady, I think in the US, or then there was one also in Finland, who brought innovation into class. Now, as those pupils get to school in the morning, she shows them a chart, or they just punch on something. There are two. One shows them a chart, the other just allow them punch on something on the wall. And whatsoever they punch on, either they want to hug the teacher, they want to give the teacher a high five, they want to dance with the teacher just to shake their body. The teacher does that with them, and that lighten up the class for the students at such a time. But you get to your class and you frown your face. I know there might be challenges. The economic situation in Nigeria is hard. I agree, but it depends on the reality you are living in. So that is relative. When we say economic situation in Nigeria is hard, it's relative. Let's leave that one. I'm not a politician. Now, you get to your class and you just frown. You aren't concerned. Some of those students, sorry, we are not doing this for money. I've always said it, even in our paid sessions. But we want a change in the Nigerian educational system. We want lecturers and teachers that will go to their respective institutions, their schools, and embrace this change and go on to ensure that they help liven up, the life of some of the students under them. It's not out of place to smile at your students, to greet them, to respond to their questions politely. They may not know up to what you know, and let me say that some of them might know more than what you know. It is well. We will be saying some hard facts here, and that's the reality. But the ability to relate with them. I watch some students, when they are doing their final year, their FYB, what's it called? The FYB designs each day. They have each day for them. You will see some students, they will ask them, who is your best lecturer? Why is it that 80% of those students will pick one particular lecturer? Is that the only lecturer in their department? But we've got to embrace change as lecturers. If you won't be displaced in the age of AI, you've got to embrace emotional intelligence. Show empathy. You are their parents in that place. For those that are in education, you understand that you are their parents. And you need to train them well as a parent. I agree. Some persons didn't grow up under good parenting. But please, the change can begin with you. So emotional intelligence is a critical skill needed to survive in this age. The next thing I'm going to talk about is leadership. I can put it together to be leadership. But when I say leadership, what do I mean by leadership? Leadership. Be a leader of the educational ship. Did somebody get that? Leadership. Be a leader in the educational ship. Inspire your students. Motivate them. Tell them there is something more to them than what they are doing in their school. Some of them have lived their whole life in an abusive home. But I want to plead with you, be the leader for them. If that AI system told us when we prompted it, said there are certain skills that can't be replaced, and I agree with you, these are the skills that can't be replaced. But if you as a lecturer, as a teacher, you don't have this skill, even in your school, they don't know you. I don't mean you should start running helter-skelter that they should know you. But when you do your work well, definitely they will be able to present you. You know, something happened while I was a student of one of my degree program. The CEO of that school, when I say CEO now, you mean it has to mean the VC, the rector, the provost. I don't want to be very explicit. Called me at the time because I was close to him and said they have a particular funding grant for lecturers in a particular department. He said some persons, I'm telling you, I can't be lying, there's nothing I want to use it for. I'm telling you fact and figure. Said they want to pick a lecturer. He said, which lecturer do I know in that department that is the best? Because I borrowed some courses from that department. So I told him, I said, this particular lecturer. He said, yeah, I said it. He said, but some persons recommended one other lecturer to be the one to go for the stuff. But as I've said it, he said, no problem, it's the one he's going to pick. Sorry, the students that had gone through that lecturer was the one that determined the fate of that lecturer. That lecturer didn't know till date. I'm being honest with you. He didn't know. This other lecturer that was suggested earlier is the one that will come to class and will bully students. You don't understand. So if you are here, you are the lecturer that bullies students. Don't be surprised. Your student might be the one to be an essay to a governor tomorrow or a president tomorrow, and they need to recommend someone as commissioner for education. Are you recommendable? Come on, let's tell ourselves the truth. So, as a leader, be a leader in the educational shift. I know I'm stepping on toes tonight. It's not intentional. It's to ensure that the Nigerian educational system becomes better. Don't worry, I see a better future for Nigeria. It might take a while, but I believe a time will come, the educational system in Nigeria will be reformed. And it begins with us. I want to hear tomorrow that someone on this call became the commissioner of education, became the minister of education, and you are going with these ideas coupled with some other things you've learned so far. And we are enforcing change. Yeah, making education better, redefining educational standard in the Nigerian educational landscape. Let me quickly continue, please. Time has gone. The next is adaptability. Listen to this clearly. Ability to adapt to change. Learn, relearn, unlearn. I don't know, should I play this video? Let me quickly play it then so that we'll look at it. Some of these teachers, lecturers are not willing to embrace change in the educational landscape. Education is evolving. So lecturers, teachers alike must embrace this change and ensure they learn the nitty-gritty of the integration of technology with education. So it's necessary for the government to see how to encourage teachers, lecturers, educational administrators to embrace these technologies. Let me say this clearly. These technologies, emerging technologies we are talking about, has come to stay. All we can do is to embrace it, learn from it, live by it, and be better at what to make us effective and productive. Thank you. That was a presentation I made last year at as a lead paper presenter at the 6th International Association for Innovation and Educational Assessment conference in Lagos. So I believe you've learned something from there. Let's delve straight up to the future of education. What will education look like in the next 10 years? Before I give you my perspective and my findings, I want to hear from you, just one person. Raise your hand if you want to talk. What will education look like in the next 10 years? I have very few minutes to go. I want us to end this call shortly. Who's talking? All right, please unmute. Murai or Deyemi. Sorry, pardon me, Doctor, Professor, Mr. Please unmute and talk.
Yes, can you hear me?
Clearly.
Can you hear me?
Clearly, Dr. Murai. Dr. Murai, I can hear you, but I'm not hearing you again. I don't know.
Okay. Yes, I'll be on the view that education in the next.
Okay, let's quickly pick Alima. It's
going to be holistically AI oriented.
All right, thank you very much. So, Mr. Murai or Dr. Murai, please quickly go on. Quickly talk. Thank you, Dr. Alima.
I said students will be able to learn at their own pace. They'll be able to control their own learning. So that's
All
what I
right.
have
So
to say.
is that all right? All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So he said students will be able to learn at their own pace. Okay. Do we have? Let me give one more opportunity to a female to talk. One female. I've seen Dr. Joel Edafe raising his hand again. Dr. Alima Ibrahim, I heard your voice then. Yeah.
I said it's going to be holistically AI oriented.
All right. All right. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Joel Edafe. You want to say something? Oh, yeah. Let me give you 10 seconds quickly. Dr. Joel?
It will be technology driven. That is just it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. All right. So he said it will be technology driven. I'm going to be reviewing some things with us shortly. I see a future in education where schools we have humanoid robots in which a student can walk up to the robot and ask questions like how to solve quadratic equation, and that robot will come up to tell the students the processes on how to solve quadratic equation and the different methods that could be applied in solving quadratic equation. It won't be a world in which we have teachers to be the hallmark of knowledge alone, but we have technologies being deployed to solve the problems of the world. I see. All right, so that's something that also a presentation in 2022. Yeah, TEDx talk on 2022. Now to confirm that was 2022. This is 2024. I'm going to play this for you quickly. Look at it. Can you see humanoid now? This is 2024, and this is real. This is Dubai adopting this AI and these robots to teach their students. And you are going to listen to the feedback. You know, hey, like I mentioned, some of some students can just place you on a chair with two legs. That is not balanced. I will love you, but behind you, they know what they are saying. I'm saying the truth. You understand? Probably because they are afraid of you. That will this lecturer fail us or not? We tell him the truth. So, our guy, you are the best. We need to listen to this guy. But if you are the best indeed, then you are the best. Yes, I mean what I'm saying. To just be the best. But let's listen to the feedback of this student after we watch this video. Let's be fast. I want to.
Why do we need light to see objects, Mr. Summer? That's a curious question.
Today in this Dubai classroom, a humanoid robot is temporarily in charge. Pepper isn't meant to replace the grade 1 class teacher.
Did you hear that? This robot is meant to replace the grade 1 teacher. Now let's hear the feedback of the students. I want us to listen to the feedback. So I'm going to take it forward. So
The teacher can't help but feel concerned.
In the future, I feel like Pepper would be able to answer questions faster than I would as a teacher. However, human impact of empathy and values and kindness and those kind of things is only through human contact. So,
all right. So I hope you got what the teacher also said. But I want you to listen to what this particular student. Okay, I think I need to listen to their lecturer and also listen to the student. I want you to hear.
To make the lesson more interactive. Your students are learning how to code, but they're also, from a very young age, connecting with a humanoid. Is there anything that the humanoid can give them that a human teacher can't?
With the sensors on board the robot, it can actually track how well the students are reacting to that piece of content. Are they interested? Are they happy? Are they sad? Or are they even bored? And it could interrupt and pull out a piece of content that will make them engaged in that lesson again.
Pepper visits the grade 1 classes around 8 times a year.
Keep being curious, exploring, and asking questions.
Who likes Pepper?
I like
Did you hear the question? Who likes Pepper? And you hear the students telling the interviewer that they do in front of their teacher.
Keep being curious, exploring,
Right.
and asking questions.
Who likes Pepper?
I like everything about Pepper.
All right.
Would you like every lesson to be taught by Pepper?
Yes.
Did you hear that? Will you like every lesson to be taught by Pepe? That's the name of the guy, though, the robot. So you can name it anything. All right. And the student said yes. So it means they don't want their teacher again. Maybe the teacher is not really nice or good to those students. So I'm not going to play the next video. I'll just take you straight up to my conclusion. Talking about the future of education. I think I should stop here. Time has come. This is 8:01. All right. I think let me stop here. I have some other things to present, but let's stop here. Let me entertain questions. We've talked about the future of education. Then there was a review I did also from different educational experts. I'm talking about emeritus professors in the US, UK, top-notch guys in the EdTech space, and the responses they gave about what the future of education will look like in the next 10 years. Let me quickly read that to you. Professor Janet Polodna, emeritus professor, that's at Boston College, USA, said the simple answer, I think, is that education will be what will make it. Yeah. Then the next person, okay, look at this now. The next one now is Natalia. Said, I would hope in 10 years education support. Please mute yourself. I will hope in 10 years, education supports individual students' need on a more in-depth, authentic, and impactful level. All right, this is another one, Dr. Barbara Erickson, that's School of Information, University of Michigan. It's an assistant professor. I said, I expect to see more use of technology, to see more personalized and adaptive learning. And that's just it. This is clear, and that's why I underlined it. Adaptive learning. Students can sit in front of a robot by themselves, and they can get everything they need from that teacher. Listen, the future of education will be in individualized and adaptive learning. So prepare yourself. If you're an educational administrator here, you have a school. As your school adopted the technology, needed technology in this age of emerging technologies, do you have a website? Do you have a learning management system? Now, if there is another pandemic, can your school survive it? I think those are the questions we really need to ask ourselves. This is a critical time in Nigeria and in the world all over. We heard about what happened in Maiduguri just recently. So many things will still happen that will disrupt the educational landscape. But those that will thrive at that time are people who have embraced change. Now, listen also, are schools, institutions who have embraced technology for their teaching learning processes. Those are the ones that will sail conveniently in the future of education. Thank you so much for joining us on this call. I believe you got value for your time. I would like to get your feedbacks. Thank you. If you have questions also, let me give the next 5 minutes for questions. Thank you. All right, so if you have questions, quickly unmute and let's take that. I can see Tony in Bolarinwa is on mute. Talk. Pardon me, please. Okay. Who is talking? Please. Fast.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
I'm Ikwe Nomore from ADM Federal University of Education. I want to ask if AI is going to, in another way, replace the conventional teaching, at what cost? Is it the school or individual teacher or lecturers that will provide the necessary gadgets? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, madam, for asking the question. Now, I'll talk about, if you listen to my last lab, I talked about educational administrators. And when I started this session, I asked the question, how many educational administrators do we have here? Because they are the decision makers. You as a lecturer, there is little to what you can do. When we talk about gadgets, the adoption of these technologies, the AI systems that we're talking about are already in your mobile devices. They are things that are easily available to anyone. If you sample students, I'm of the opinion, at least if you sample your students, at least 50% of them will have a smartphone. And when I talk about smartphone, I'm talking about either Android device or iOS devices. I'm sure some lecturers don't even have the kind of phones some students are using. You understand? So these gadgets are handy for everything, except if you are delving into the AI VR gadgets now. That's where people need to really take it out of the conventional phone that they have. But listen to what I'm going to say here. Beyond AR and VR gadgets, a time will come that the mobile phones that will be used, you just need to put on a glass, a spec, you put on your glasses. And with that glasses on you, with your mobile phone, you can see everything in 3D. Take note of what I'm saying here. I believe I'm also a futurist in education. So that time is going to come. Even currently, I think we have that. There are, yes, if you go to cinemas, visit any cinema, you have access to VR gadgets. So the question now that you asked, whose cost? One of the answers I'm going to give is some of these solutions can easily be adopted and used on various mobile devices that we have, and also PCs. Now, those that we need add-ons, when I say add-ons, I'm talking about virtual reality gadgets. Now, the cost could be individual, because take, for instance, if I need if I have a child and the child needs to go to school and the school uses VR gadgets and the learning is individualized and personalized, as I've said, definitely I will have to buy the VR gadget for my child. Yeah. Education will still be costly. But while you asked that question, something came to mind. Government will also help in providing solutions to some of these things, because there will be subsidized gadgets for students to use. A time will come. See, our federal government, they get grants from people. There are grants, several grants they get. It's just because of the country we find ourselves. Every developing nation receives grants. You hear the way I'm pronouncing that grants, like solid heavy grants. All the Bills and Melinda Gates Foundation and some related, they fund them, they give them money. I'm giving you fact and figure. It might not be known to the general public. So a time will come that they will sponsor some of these things, and it will also be used in education. So I don't know if that answers your question. Who is
answered? Thank you very much.
Mr. Faith, please help me remove that person. Thank you. I saw another hand raised. Is it Taiwo Ife or something? Please,
hello.
You have to unmute and talk, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello, sir. Is it Professor
Good evening,
Doctor?
sir.
Yeah, apologies, I didn't put the title, sir. Pardon me, I didn't really know. Oh, it's fine, sir. You will still become professor if you want. I can hear you, sir. You're welcome.
Okay. So, I'm very sorry I joined the lecture late because of the bad service. And I beg you, if you can see the soft copy. Hello?
Okay. All right, I can hear you.
It's very, very important, so that we can be able to go through and know all what we have taught tonight.
It's okay, sir. Are you an educational administrator?
I'm a lecturer.
Okay, lecturer. All right, sir. Mr. Akindubi, we attend to that, sir, after the call.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Since there are no other questions, so I believe you got value for your time. So,
thank you so much.
You're welcome, madam. You're welcome. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Man.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Right.
Thank you. God bless.
Yeah. So subsequently,
thank you very much for this insightful teaching.
You're welcome, sir. So those who are interested in
thank you so much for the enlightenment.
You're welcome, madam.
Thank you so much.
For those who are interested in adopting this in their schools, you can reach out to us. I'm personally willing to help schools, administrators who want to embrace this.
Thank you.
And are ready for this change in their. So I'm willing to assist. Like, if you have anybody, you are I will integrate this.
What? Come on, what do you remove me?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So thank you. Enjoy yourself. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah, bye.